Hello friends, in this session we are going to discuss some laws of logarithm. We've already talked about what is logarithm and certain important facts about logarithm. So now here we are going to discuss some laws. So friends, these laws are nothing but some properties of logarithm. This is similar to, we used to have some properties for addition and subtraction, things like commutative property, associative property, and so on. So similarly, there are certain properties which are there for logarithm as well, and they are also called laws of logarithm. So now we are going to discuss some of them in this session. So first of all, again we'll just write on the top the definition of logarithm. We said that x is equal to log of n to the base a if n is given to be a to the power x. So this is how we defined logarithm, and we said the conditions for this are a should be greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1, and n is also a positive real. So now with these two things, with the definition of logarithm and the properties of logarithm, we are going to start with this is not property, the conditions of the logarithm. We are going to discuss the properties. So let's start with the first one. The first one says, if we have to find log of x, y to the base a, this is given as, this is equal to log of x to the base a plus log of y to the base a. And this is possible when x and y are both greater than 0, because as we said in definition, n should be positive real. So same would be true here. Instead of n, we are using log of x, y to the base a. So here both x and y should be real. Now let's first see how do we arrive at this conclusion. Let's first say that n is equal to log of x to the base a and m is equal to log of y to the base a. So we say that a raised to the power n is equal to x. Let's call this 1. And a raised to the power m is equal to y. Let's call this 2. Now what is x, y? We multiply 1 and 2 and we get this is equal to a raised to the power n into a raised to the power m. Now using the property of exponents, we call this a raised to the power n plus m. So now if we take log on both sides, we get log of xy to the base a is nothing but n plus m, which is log of x to the base a plus log of y to the base a. So this is the first property of logarithm. So log of the product of two numbers is equal to this log of the first number plus the log of the second number, base remaining constant or base remaining same on both the left hand side and the right hand side. So here everywhere the base is a. So if log of xy with the base a is to be calculated, this is given by log of x to the base a plus log of y to the base a. Now if we take an example of this, now supposing we have to find out log of 5 to the base 2 plus 1. What is this equal to? Because this is a logarithmic term and this is a normal number. Now if we have to convert this, we can write into a logarithmic term. We can write this as log 1 as log of 2 to the base 2, and this is equal to log of 5 into 2 to the base 2, which is nothing but log of 10 to the base 2. So this is log 5 to the base 2 plus 1 is nothing but log of 10 to the base 2. So this is just an example of how we use this property. Moving to the next property of logarithm, the definition remaining we are not writing the definitions on every property, but we know what is the definition and what are the conditions for that. So now the second one is log of x by y to the base a is equal to log of x to the base a minus log of y to the base a. When we were in the first property, we had the product of two numbers and we were taking log of that, and here we have one number divided by the other and we are taking the log of that. So now here again we'll see the proof. We said that a raised to power n is equal to x and a raised to power m is equal to y. We've taken this. Now we say that x by y is nothing but a raised to power n by a raised to power m, which is nothing but a raised to power n minus m. This is we are using the again property of exponents. So if we take log of xy to the base a, this becomes nothing but n minus m, which is nothing but log of x to the base a minus log of y to the base a. Right, from here we can say that n is equal to log of x to the base a and m is equal to log of y to the base a. So this is what it becomes. Now again we'll see an example of this. Now supposing we have to evaluate log of 10 to the base 2 minus log of 5 to the base 2. So we can say that this is equal to log of 10 divided by 5 to the base 2, which is nothing but log of 2 to the base 2, and this is 1. So this we know from the facts of logarithm, that log of any number to the same base is 1. So this is 1. So this we get log of 10 to the base 2 minus log of 5 to the base 2 is nothing but 1. Moving to the third property of logarithm. It says that log of x raised to the power b to the base a is equal to b log of x to the base a. Okay, so this is the property. Now we are going to see the proof of this. We can write this as log of x into x into x b times, right? X raised to power b can be written as x multiplied by x multiplied by x b times. Now we are simply going to use the first property where we said log of xy is equal to log x plus log y. So if we have log of x, y, z, it will become log x plus log y plus log z. Similarly here, if we have log of x multiplied by x till b times, this will become log of x to the base a plus log of x to the base a, this repeated b times. So this becomes nothing but b times log of x to the base a. Right? So this is the third property, which is nothing but a special condition of property 1. So we can take an example here also. Now supposing we have to find log of 1000 to the base 10. Now this is nothing but log of 10 cubed to the base 10. Now if we use this property, we can say this is equal to 3 times log of 10 to the base 10, which is nothing but, this is nothing but 1. So this is 3 into 1, this is equal to 3. So this is how we'll get the value of log of 1000 to the base 10 using this property. Moving to the next property, which is the fourth one. We've already discussed three properties of logarithm. Now log of x to the base a is equal to log of a to the base x. Now this is again, this is a different property but very significant one while we solving the log related questions. Now let us take log of x to the base a is equal to n. This would give us a raised to power n is equal to x. Right? We can say that a is equal to x raised to power 1 by n. Now, if we take log of a, we take log of a to the base x. We'll take log on both the sides. So this we get log of x raised to power 1 by n to the base x. This is nothing but 1 by x. Using the property that we just discussed, this becomes 1 by n into log of x to the base x, and using the fact of logarithm which says log of a number to the same base is 1, this becomes 1 by n, and 1 by n is nothing but 1 by log of x to the base a. Right? So we are saying log of a to the base x is equal to 1 by log of x to the base a, or log of x to the base a is equal to log of a to the base x. So if we change the position of a and x, we get 1 by the log of the original thing. So log of a to the base x will be equal to 1 by log of x to the base a. So this is the property. Now we'll take an example of its usage also. Say for example we have to find log of 2 to the base 8. We can write this as 1 by log of 8 to the base 2, which is nothing but, see, this is a very typical example, very beautiful example of how we are using multiple properties to solve a given problem. We have to evaluate this, and we are using this property that we just discussed, and we write it as 1 by log of 8 to the base 2, and now we're writing 8 as 2 cube, and now we're using the property that we discussed just prior to this, which is 3 into log of 2 to the base 2, and we know, and here we use the fact of logarithm which says log of 2 to the base 2 will be 1, so this will be equal to 1 by 3. Right? So this is how we use these properties for solving different logarithm based questions. Moving to the last property for this session, we'll cover the remaining properties in another session. Now this is the fifth property that we are discussing here. This says that log of x to the base a to the power b. Now here in the base we have a to the power b. Now this is equal to 1 by b into log of x to the base a. So this power of the base goes as 1 by b and then into log of x to the base a. Now here let's again take the proof of this. We are discussing the proof. It becomes easier to understand and then learn if we know how do we arrive at this. Right? So that is why we are discussing the proof of each one of them. Now let's take log of x to the base a raised to power b is equal to n. Now this gives us, by definition of logarithm, a raised to power b raised to the power n is x. Right? So we can say that x is equal to a to the power n b. Now if we take log of x to the base a, this gives us log of a raised to power nb to the base a, which is nothing but nb into log of a to the base a, which is nothing but 1. So this is equal to nb. And now we put the value of n over here, and this is log of x to the base a power b into b. So this implies log of x to the base a raised to power b is nothing but 1 by b into log of x to the base a. We've taken this b on the left hand side and we get the property that we started with. Log of x to the base a power b is nothing but 1 by b into log of x to the base a. And now a special case for this is if b is equal to minus 1. This implies that we have log of x to the base 1 by a. This will be nothing but log of x to the minus log of x to the base a. Why? Because we have b as minus 1 over here and we put the value in the given property. In this property, if we put b as minus 1, we get this another, we can say this is another property, or we can say this is just an extension of this property, that log of x to the base 1 by a is nothing but minus log of x to the base a. So let's take an example here. If we have to find out log of 16 to the base 8, we can say this is equal to log of 2 to the power 4 to the base 2 to the power 3. Now this becomes, we use the first property where we said log of x to the power y is nothing but y log of x. So here we bring this 4 over here. We can say this is equal to 4 times log of 2 to the base 2 power 3. Now again we'll use this property here where we bring this down and we get 4 by 3 into log of 2 to the base 2, and this is 1. So this is equal to 4 by 3. So this is how we solve log of 16 to the base 8. Right? So this is, we've shown some examples that we use multiple properties together to solve the logarithm based problems. So, and we've shown the proof of all the properties so that it is understood clearly, and then it's easier to remember those properties and use them directly instead of taking a longer way of doing each and every step in this while solving the question. Right? So these are 5 properties that we've discussed in this session. There are some more properties which we are going to discuss in the coming session. Friends, you can visit us at our Cool Smart Learning website and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get updates on the new sessions.